here. I'm back. It is Sunday, September 20th. So I'm actually heading into my third week of work. Second day with kids. We're just not in the building yet. So I'm going to kind of break down. I actually liked last week how I kind of gave you guys 4 books I'm going to hope to tackle. And I'm going to talk through all 4. 2 are actually on my Kindle, so I don't actually have physical copies. But the first book I'm going to start with is Wires and Nerves Volume 2, which is the sequel to Volume 1. It's a graphic novel series that follows the characters after the Lunar Chronicle series, and it mostly follows Aiko. I read the last one, I think, earlier this month, a couple of weeks ago, but I have to read it for the Time Warp YA Book Club, which I'm a part of, so I'm going to read that. And then the other book I'm going to try to read on my Kindle at some point this week is Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer. I'm going to have a mini Marissa Meyer readathon, and that's her contemporary themed book that's coming out in November, which has a magical twist to it. But the 2 physical books I am also going to try to read is Diamond Cities by Francesca Flores. I did get this at ALA. And I'm just going to read you guys the back because I think it kind of sums it up kind of nicely. Meet Anna Solis, whose wit is as sharp as her blade. 18-year-old Ania is a professional assassin with a bounty on her head in an industrial wasteland full of half-constructed subway tunnels, blood magic, secret markets, and wolf-sized spiders. Only one girl hopes to change the power of her city forever. This came out in early January, and I never got around to reading it, but I'm really excited for it. So this is probably going to be the second book that I read because my friend Jen recommended it to me. And then what I would also love to finish this week is Ink in the Blood by Kim Schmeltick, and this is a dark YA fantasy debut that weaves together tattoo magic, faith, eccentric theater in a world where lies are currency and ink is a weapon. That sounds incredible. So these are the 2 physical books that I'm going to read. I have 2 ebooks that I'm going to try to tackle. And the audiobooks I'm in the middle of listening to are Escaping from Houdini by Carrie Maniscalco, which I will probably finish reading tomorrow. I only have 45 minutes left. And So You Want to Talk About Race. I don't think I'm going to read anything tonight. I didn't wind up watching as much Good Witch as I wanted. That's my show that I want to finish before the end of this month. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it because I have a couple of seasons, but I really am liking that show. It's kind of a mental break, and we have no real TV shows to watch yet due to all the COVID delaying filming, so I'm going to try to finish that, and yeah, so that's kind of my plan. I also might watch the episode of The Vow tonight, which is a HBO true crime documentary show, which is very, very fascinating. So yeah, I will check in with you guys tomorrow. I also am getting my hair done this week, because it went out a lot and it looks more like green than it should have. So, but yeah, that's another plan of attack. But I will check in with you guys tomorrow and let you guys know how far I made it on Wire and Nerves. Hopefully, I think the last one was pretty long, so maybe I'll be able to read a good portion of it between my 2 commutes. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hi guys, Lori here. I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. I did just get home early in my commute this morning. I did want to finishing listening to Carrie Maniscalco's book, Escaping from Houdini. Wound up really, really liking it. I had some commute drama. They wound up shutting a train station, the subway station that I use, because I live on Long Island and I have to get to Astoria, and there's 2 big ways to get there. One takes a lot of time and one is pretty fast, and they shut the station that is my easier way to get to work. So now every morning I have to go through Penn to go backwards to Astoria, which is so convoluted, but it's how I go home. Honestly, that's how I go home every day, but I just like to get there, and I like to get to places early, and that way I have to go now for the next month and a half, if everything goes well with remote, online, in-person learning. It's just going to be annoying, I'll be honest. But the only positive to it is that I do have more commuting time, just not really when I wanted the more commuting time. I would have preferred it in the evening, but it's okay. So I did wind up finishing Escaping from Houdini. I also did wind up listening to a couple episodes of Fandom Buzz, but from Alexa and Mackie from Alexa Loves Books. So I think I'm going to go for another a bike ride. I'm going to have to work out with my dad as well. But then I'm going to check in with you guys about Wires and Nerves Volume 2. I'm actually really enjoying it. It follows directly after the first one. This follows Aiko, and it's kind of the aftermath of the Lunar Chronicle series. It's a graphic novel, so fun. I love seeing the characters. And one thing I like about this book, and I think the one reason I was putting off reading it, was I didn't anticipate it to be like a full character affair. I thought it was going to be very focused on Aiko, but it's really focused on all the characters, and you do get a lot of background about Aiko, but it's so fun, and I really, really love the art style. And I found a cool way to read it on my Kindle. This is probably, like, not new. I just don't really read graphic novels on my Kindle a whole lot. But, like, you can, like, you can put it in a format where, like, when you swipe it, it goes to the exact section of dialogue you have to read next. And for someone that's, like, sometimes overwhelmed by those text pages, it makes it super easy to follow. The only bad thing is you don't get to see, like, the whole panel of it. But for a reader, I think it's super helpful. So I'm gonna go for my bike ride while it's still nice out. We did get an exercise bike. I've been talking about that, but I'm not gonna use that until, like, it gets really, really cold out. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll come in and check in with you guys when I start reading for the evening. Bye, guys. Here I'm back. It's about 7:30. I did actually wind up working out with my dad, going for a bike ride, starting a new workout. I'm trying to get this whole working from home thing, still COVID-inspired workout plan down. It's going to change when it gets cold because I won't be able to bike ride outside. So I'm still trying to get that on a down low. I still need to do a few things before I go to bed for that as well. I need to try to remind myself why I'm telling you, because you'll see this after I've gone to bed clearly. I don't know. But I did wind up, during my commute, I did wind up getting up to, like, I think it's like 50% done in this, or about, like, very, very close to 50% done. If it opens, I'll tell you. I'm really, really liking it. I'm quite fond of these characters. I really like them in general. I like Aiko's point of view in this. I think it's super fun. But I do like that we also get to see, like, all the other characters in it. It's just quite fun. I'm really excited. I would love to tackle the rest of this tonight, but I'm not going to rush myself. I have a much longer commute tomorrow morning, so that I normally do. But yeah, I also do have to pick my new audiobook. I'll probably do that before I go to bed. But I'm 63% done, so not that pretty far into it. So I'm gonna go keep reading, and when I make some progress on it, or if I'm, like, by 80%, I'll probably update you guys again. Bye. Sorry, my hair is a little bit wonky, but I just want to finishing Wiring Nerves Volume 2. I thought it was a really fun duology because I read them pretty close together. I really like those characters a lot. I just think that it's, like, a fun cast of characters, and I like them all. I really like that Aiko finally got her own, like, story told from her point of view, because I think her point of view is so interesting because she is, like, an android, like, she is, like, a robot, I guess. And I just liked her point of view. I liked that we got to see all the characters again. I thought it was super fun. So today I did want to finishing Escaping from Houdini by Carrie Massielko. I really like that. I am still in the middle of my audiobooks, so you want to talk about race. So I think I might listen to that tomorrow and listen to a couple of my podcast episode from just a couple of the shows that I'm watching. I have, like, a Pod Save America episode I have to listen to, a Mugglecast episode, and a couple of, like, update episodes of Fandom Buzz that I have to catch up to, but I was, like, really trying to finish that book for earlier in the week. So that's my plan. I am going to start Diamond City tomorrow on my train ride into work because I have a little bit of a longer train ride. So I'm not going to start it tonight. I think I'm probably just going to watch some smaller YouTube videos, and then I'm probably going to watch an episode of The Good Witch because it's my goal to finish it early October because it's a perfect Halloween show, and I really like those cast of characters. So I will see you guys tomorrow. When I see you guys tomorrow, I will have hair that is dyed because I'm getting my hair dyed again because I want my hair to be blue and not green. But I will check in with you guys tomorrow when I come home, and hopefully I will have read a little bit more of Diamond City, and I will have maybe started a new audiobook. I have some options. I downloaded The Thief's Daughter by Jeff Wheeler, and I downloaded Scorched Dragons by Amy Kaufman. So maybe one of those I'll start listening to, but I do have them. But yeah. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. It's Lori here. I'm back. I just want to say that it is Wednesday, September 23rd. I wasn't able to update yesterday because I got home a little bit late from getting my hair done. I'm not going to show it to you right now because it's, like, all wet and it doesn't look that cute. But It looks really, really nice, though. I'll have to show you I'll have to show you tomorrow. But I do want to say that the last time you saw me, I was just starting Diamond City by Francesca Flores, and now I'm pretty solidly in. I'm like 150 pages into it. Really enjoying it. I'm really liking the characters. I'm loving the pace. I don't even think I told you what it was about, but it basically follows this assassin named Alina, and the world that she lives in is very, very set in diamonds. There's a magic system that's very, very opposed. And she kind of gets stuck into the assassin's life after her parents die, and she winds up working with this man that kind of turns her into a professional killer. And at the start of this book, she's given a very high priority bounty, and if she can complete that, she'll be given what she's always wants, enough money to start her own, like, company, I guess. And the murder is for someone very, very high in society. And when something goes wrong with the murder, she's kind of led down an unexpected path. So really, really fun, fast-paced read that I'm really, really enjoying. I didn't get a lot of, I mean, I've been reading this pretty steadily, but this week has been just crazy. A lot of stuff has been going on with work. Everything keeps changing. I also, last night I got home really, really late. Today I was stuck in the city for a couple hours because someone jumped in front of a train and I couldn't get back to my house. The world's just a crazy place. I'll just say that. There's a lot going on in the world. But I have to film another video for something else. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to read. And if I wind up making any substantial progress, I'll probably update you guys before I go to bed. I do have off Monday. I forgot to say that. So this reading log will probably go until at least Monday. And I'll probably do like a mini readathon on that day. But yeah. So I'm going to go film that other video that I have to film, and then I'm going to get some reading done, and I'll update you guys when I can. Bye. I'm back. I can finally show you my hair now that it's, like, dry. It is dark blue, which I am so excited for. If you saw my earlier vlogs this summer, it was a much more, like, lighter green, and I liked it, but this is definitely one that I prefer. So I just got back from work. It is still very touchy-movie. Like, things keep changing, but I'm getting okay with it. We will see. I do have Monday off, and I think that will be kind of like a nice mental break. Last year during COVID, we didn't have one day off since the day we left that building. So it will be nice to at least have a day off. And then we're supposed to start school on Thursday for like physical learning. But I was given 2 virtual learning classes for the year so far. So there might be more. But that's kind of the plan right now, which I think is probably a good idea. So and they're kids I've had before, so hopefully we can move through the curriculum faster than my other classes. But I did want to say that I did wind up just finishing So You Want to Talk About Race. I am loving, I'm really devouring all these nonfiction books about racial justice in America. It's been a topic that I have not read a lot about, but I really am trying to educate myself, and I really like the narrator of this. She read the book herself. I listened to the audiobook through Hoopla. Great read. Would highly recommend it. I'm definitely going to do an anti-racist literature review for you guys. I just want to read 1 or 2 more. I do definitely want to, I think the next nonfiction book I'm going to pick up is the Michelle Obama biography, because I do actually own that. I've owned that for quite a while. But yeah, so I actually have to pick another audiobook too, because I did wind up finishing Escaping from Houdini earlier in the week. I'll probably do that tomorrow, because tomorrow is the day that I normally do all my little errand stuff. But in my interim of commuting and my longer commute, because I have to go all the way to Penn twice now, I wind up making a little bit more progress on Diamond City. I'm now on page 212, which I don't know how far along that is. I'll let you guys know when I update it on Goodreads. Really, really liking this book. I think its pacing is super fun. The thing with the pacing, it is very, very fast, and it is a very, very rich world. So sometimes I get a little bit lost in the details, and right now we're at a part where, like, they have abandoned a character that I really, really like. He's in a perilous situation, so I'm really hopeful that I can tackle quite a bit of this tonight and maybe even finish it. And I'm not holding myself to that. I've been so tired after work. It's been a little bit getting used to, like, adjusting back and forth to everything, because I was home for so many months and I didn't have to wake up so early. Now I have to wake up early again, and, you know, it's been an adjustment. But I am definitely going to go read this tonight. I think I'm going to go take, like, a 20-minute break, kind of do some Instagram stuff and do all my updates, and then I'm probably going to dive into Diamond City. So I'll update you guys when I start reading again. Bye. Here I'm back. It's about 7:17. I did wind up reading a little bit of Diamond City. I'm now on page 222. So I'm about like little bit past 50% done with it. I'm really liking it. There is one trope I always love. I love best friends in books, and I especially love when best friends are boys and girls because I think it normalizes it in a lot of ways, and I like seeing that, especially in fantasy series. I sometimes struggle when it goes the romance route and my best friend character is left heartbroken and destroyed, which happens in more fantasy series than you originally predict. Because I'm the girl that falls for the romance, and then I'm like heartbroken at the end when the heroine falls for the new exciting boy. So sometimes I'm always a little bit disappointed when it leads to a romance, but I do like that trope in general. And they're kind of playing with that trope a little bit in this, and I'm really, really quite fond of that. It has elements of A Princess Will Save You by Sarah Henning, which I adored. One of my favorite books of 2020 so far. It was such a fun read. So it does have elements of that. Still really do like the world. Still really do like the characters. Definitely like a very, very fun cast of characters because there's a lot of them. It has heist elements. It has a really, really luscious world building. It has a strong magic system. So yeah, I'm going to go back to reading and I will update you guys when I get to about 250 is the goal. Okay, guys. It's about 8:10. I did wind up reach my goal. I did wind up getting up to page 250 in Diamond City by Francesca Flores. This book is super interesting. I'm really liking it. I like the world. It also, I'm going to read this right. Yeah. The author grew up in poverty and experienced homelessness as a child and an adult. So you could definitely tell that in this book because the main character is an orphan. She's dealt with homelessness a lot, and you can see that in her character. I think that that's super interesting because I just find it to be an interesting character, and I like that like she's really utilizing her own personal experiences and putting it into her character. You can also see the dynamics between all the characters that are interacting with Alina and like how like their lives are so different. Like she's interacting with a prince and she's interacting with another character. There's been some heartbreaking moments in the last couple of chapters for one of my favorite characters, but it's just a solid read. So I have about, according to this, I have like about 150 pages left. So I am going to take this book to school tomorrow, and I'm also going to bring Ink in the Blood because I do have a longer commute tomorrow. So maybe I'll get to start it. I don't know. That's my plan of attack. But I will check in with you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow's Friday. I have a 3-day weekend. Super excited about that. And I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Bye. Here, I'm back. It is Friday. Geez, what month are we in? September 25th. I just wound up getting home from work. It is a Friday. I do miraculously have a 3-day weekend, which is just nice to have a 3-day weekend. There's been so many changes occurring in the past, like a month and a half of my life with working and school, and everything is still changing. Like, I'll be honest, like today, I'll say it like this. I started the week with one schedule. It was changed on Tuesday. Now it's going to be changed again. So like it's a lot of moving pieces because everyone wants to be safe and all the parents want to be safe. But because I live in like a district that has a lot of kids in a school that has close to 900 kids, it's just a moving pieces game. So we're supposed to start school on Thursday for in-person learning. Right now I have 4 classes that are fully remote, and about 4 classes that are in person. So it's just like a juggling game, I'll be a little bit honest. And I don't think fantasy right now is the genre I should be reading because there's just a lot of like things happening. So, just like mentally, like I don't think I'm as focused as I could be. But I did wind up getting up to page like 336 in Diamond City. I'm still really enjoying it. Her writing style is a little bit interesting because there are flashbacks that occur in this book, but the formatting of it does confuse me because it's not like, it's like a subtle, it's like maybe like a 4-line flashback and then it kind of goes back to the present, but the formatting in this arc is just a little bit awkward, and I wonder if like the finished copy that's corrected. But I'm really liking the character. I think she's fun. I like all the side characters. I like the world building. And I like that there's a heist element now introduced towards the tail end of this book. And it's just like a really, really fun read. But I am going to probably go for a bike ride because I literally have been sitting all day just talking at a computer. So I'm probably gonna go for a bike ride. I'm probably gonna listen to the podcast I'm in the middle of listening to, and then I'm gonna come back and kind of set up my agenda. I do have 3 days off, which I don't normally have, and I do definitely want to get a bunch of reading done this weekend. And I do want to finish Diamond City today. That's my biggest plan. So I'm gonna kind of organize my life a little bit, go have dinner, and then I'm probably gonna go for a bike ride and then come back and kind of do my errandy stuff. I tend to be a little bit less tired on Fridays, so I'm gonna kind of get like my Instagram stuff and all that stuff done today. So, and I have a lot of filming I have to do tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be my filming day, I think, because it's the end of the month, and I have a bunch of stuff I want to film, and then I do have like an extra day, so it actually kind of worked out that it worked out this way. But I'm going to go do those things, go for my bike ride, and when I come back, I'll come back when I'm going to start my to-do list and kind of check in with you guys. Bye. Here I'm back. Sorry, my hair is a little bit messed up because I just went for a bike ride. But I did wind up going for my bike ride. I wound up starting my errands, which is pretty good, so now I'm going to complete them and get as much done as I can. It's almost 6, so I would like to, be reading the Diamond City by 8. I'll see how long I can take, but I'm gonna go do my little things, especially my blog posts and my Instagram stuff. I want to prep that and just do prep all my videos to film, basically, is what I would like to do. So I'm gonna go do that, and when I'm done with my filming, I'll check in with you guys. Bye. Lori here, I'm back. It's about 7:33. I did wind up talking to a friend, which, again, so many news. So much things change whenever I update this reading vlog. Ugh. So many school updates that just are driving me a little bit bonkers. But I am going to plan my October TBR and finish my blog stuff. That was the biggest thing I wanted to do, and do my Instagram photos. So those are the things I'm going to do, and then I'm probably going to go finish Diamond City. But yeah, so when I'm done with all my errandy stuff, I'll come back and update you guys. Hey guys, I'm back. It's about 8:30. I did wind up getting a little bit distracted. I didn't wind up finishing all my stuff, but I do still have a 3-day weekend, so I am going to get some stuff done tomorrow, and then I'm probably going to relax for the rest of the weekend. I do have to do a lot of filming tomorrow, but I do want to tackle the rest of Diamond City. I'm on page 336, and I have to get up to page 384. So I'm gonna go tackle the rest of this, and then I'll probably and then I'll probably come in and talk about what I'm gonna read for this weekend and what are my reading plans, and I'll get into it with you guys. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. It's Lori here. I did want to say that I did want to finishing Diamond City, but I'm gonna check in with you guys tomorrow morning and kind of wrap up my thoughts on Diamond City, and then go over what I'm going to read for the rest of the weekend. I have 2 books planned, and I'm excited to share them with you guys, but honestly, I'm tired. This week was a really, really long week at school. But I do want to say that I've been struggling a little bit with fantasy recently. I will say that. So I'm going to try to take a break and read a contemporary book, like a contemporary with a magic twist. And I'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow, but I'm hoping that maybe reading some non-fantasy for a book may give me back into the fantasy mood, but I will talk more about this book tomorrow. Bye guys. I'm back. It's about 8:13 on September 26th. Last night I did wind up finishing Diamond City by Francesca Flores. I wound up really liking this book. I would wind up giving this book 3.75 stars. I found the characters to be super fun. I thought the pacing was great. I don't think I'm in the mood for fantasy right now. I think that was the problem with this book. I felt like some of the writing styles was a little bit awkward at points, and I struggled a little bit with that. But other than that, I thought it was a great read. The structure of the story, the way that things happen, I think confused me a little bit. But other than that, I thought it was a great read, and I will definitely be checking out book 2 in this series. So my plans for this weekend, because I do have a 3-day weekend, is to read Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer, which is her contemporary book with a bit of a magic twist, and I'm going to start that. And then if I finish that, I'm going to read Ink in the Blood by Cam Schmelzik. So these are my 2 goals. If I start reading this and I feel like I'm not in the mood for fantasy, I'll probably pick something else up, maybe a middle grade. But yeah. So I'm going to start this, and then I'm going to read this. I am going to go do my Skillshare class, which I always do when I'm home. And then I will probably get ready to go to yoga in the park. And when I'm done with my Skillshare class, I'll probably check in with you guys. Here I am back. I actually am gonna go film a couple of videos. Just got back from yoga. I wound up listening to a couple of my podcasts it's called Fandom Buzz. It's from Alexa and Mackie, who I know a little bit. We always go to the same bookish conventions together. They have a podcast, and I have fallen so far behind on it. So I'm actually trying to catch up. This is an episode I'm listening to. It's from like mid-April, so I do have quite a few to catch up on. But still really, really liking that podcast. But I am gonna go try to film a couple of things. I was able to actually finish my Instagram photos for the week. I do the Reading Rush challenge on Instagram if you don't follow me. And I really, really like that challenge. So I did wind up doing my Instagram stuff for that, which is really exciting. I have to film a couple of things, but it is so nice today. So I am going to I think I'm going to film all my like wrap-up videos today. So I'm going to film my September wrap-up part 1, September wrap-up part 2. It might be one video. I just have to see how long it is. October TBR, and that, I think that's it. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll come in and kind of wrap you guys up and see how long that took me. Right now it's almost 12 o'clock. I would love to finish that by like 1, but we'll see. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Oh, and I also did start reading Instant Karma, but I only read about like 12 pages, and then my friend called me. The thing that the DOE is now doing is that if you have a fully remote schedule, which means you don't teach any classes in the building, you are allowed to work solely from home. So my friend, who just had a baby in early November last year, has a fully remote program, so she's allowed to work from home. I was given 2 more fully remote classes yesterday, so I'm just kind of waiting it out and to see what happens. There's a lot of moving pieces in the DOE. I feel like you get information at 8 o'clock a.m. and then that information changes by noon, so it was a lot of touch and go. But I didn't really read a lot of my book because I was talking to her for like 30 minutes. But I'm gonna go do my R&D stuff, film a few videos for you guys, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Hey, it's Lori here. I'm back. So I did actually wind up filming my 3 videos, well, part of one, for today, which I actually call that a pretty big success. So I'm actually gonna go sit outside because it's like a gorgeous day and just kind of put on some of my background YouTube videos and just kind of read Instant Karma. And then I'll kind of give you guys my thoughts once I read about like 50 pages because I only read a few of them. But I am just going to enjoy the day and enjoy sitting outside in the beautiful weather because I know it's going to get super cold here soon. And just not worry about next week. That's my goal for 24 hours or 48 hours. It's just to not worry about next week because I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm going to go read Instant Karma and I will update you guys when I can. Bye. Right here, I'm back. I'm sitting back outside, which I hope to do for a couple of more weeks until it gets freezing. But I did actually wind up reading a little bit of Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer. I'm definitely reading a lot of Marissa Meyer this month, which is awesome. But this is like, I just started, follows a girl named Prudence, and she is, again, a student that cares a lot about her academic prowess. She's right in the tail end of her sophomore year. She's teamed up on a project about the environment with a person or a young man that they don't really get along. They fight about a lot of things, but the one thing I like about the start of this book, at least, is that they do talk about the environment, they do talk about pollution, and her partner have 2 very different ideas of what needs to happen, and I like that because environmental justice is not a thing that I often see in contemporary novels, so I really like that. You could definitely tell that they're very much a lot of butting heads. I do know that there is some type of like magical element that kind of does. She's also a twin, and you know how I feel about twins. I love characters when they have twins. I am an only child, and I always wanted a twin sister or a twin brother, so that's something that for me. But I am liking Prudence as a character, so she's kind of fun. I'm going to go back to reading and watching my older YouTube videos. I have like 35 I need to watch. story of my life now that I'm commuting. I have less time for YouTube videos, which is sad. But I'm going to go read, and I will update you guys when I can. Bye. Here, I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up reading up to chapter 6 in Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer. I really am enjoying this book. It has a lot of like unique elements that are kind of thrust into the front half of this book. I talked about the social justice for like environmental things that Quint and Prue are involved in. I thought that was really interesting. I also did mention she has a deep fear of public speaking, which I have, like a very, very deep fear of talking in front of large groups of people. So funny considering I'm like a theater teacher and that's what I teach kids to do, but I don't like it myself. So I always connect her characters that are a little bit on the shyer side in that, but also she would say she's like plus size, I would say, and there's a connection between why she's afraid of public speak and being plus size, which I thought was really interesting. I'm really liking the love to hate relationship because again, you can see this character from other people's eyes, like her twin brother, like her best friend, and like, oh, this guy's not that bad, but she's so set on him being like a bad influence and being a bad character that their dynamics are super interesting. And I'm like, again, like the premise of this is that she gets this power to inflict instant karma on people. So like that's still coming. I'm only 10% into this book, but we know that going in. But I find it to just be like a fun read. It's definitely what I need to be reading right now because it's a little bit lighter, not as magic heavy. The world is the basic, our world with like a magic twist. So that's what I think I'm going to focus on reading for a couple of days and kind of ease myself into fantasy. That was the problem I had earlier this year, early this month, because I just kind of jumped in and I was like, after reading contemporary for so long, it was kind of like a hard adjustment. But this is a book that I'm really, really liking. I like Marissa Meyer's writing a lot. I've liked everything that she's written. The only book I still need to read from hers is Supernova, which is the final to the Renegades trilogy, which I will hopefully add to my TBR hopefully soon. But yeah, I'm going to go back to reading. I am going to work out with my dad, run up to town, get some lunch while I still can walk up to town. And it's a gorgeous day out, just stunning. And yeah, and I will update you guys when I can. Bye. I'm just checking back in. I did wind up walking up to town. I wound up listening to a little bit of my podcast. But I'm actually going to keep doing that. I'm going to I have a bunch of clothes I have to put away. And I did want to do a small unboxing. I am going to show this in my book haul, but because it came today, I want to share it with you guys. I did wind up pre-ordering a copy of The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, which is their newest fantasy series. A living goddess search for the skies, desperate for hope. A crown prince falls to earth looking for answers, both destined to save their world or destroy them completely. And I feel like when I watch their like talk about it, I feel like that they can't touch each other. I think that is like the promise. But I love their writing. I really do need to read the Unearthed duology, complete it. But this is the book, so I'm really excited about that. We also did get a signed book plate, which I will probably put in the front of my book, in hopes that one day they will tour again, and I can get it personalized and stuff, because they weren't doing personalized, because, like, Amy lives in, Australia, and Megan broke her foot. But we did get 2 character cards of North, Prince of the Seven Isles, second in line to the throne of Alicia, Guardian of the Light, and then Nimara, 42nd Incarnation of the Divine, which is so cool. And this piece of paper, I think, is just like, but yeah, so that was kind of cool. I will definitely be sharing that in my book haul at the later of the month, but I wanted to share it with you guys as well, because I never do unboxings when I'm doing my reading vlogs, but that one just came. I am going to go put my clothes away. I also did talk about earlier that I did wind up joining Beachbody. I'm not like an affiliate or anything, but I was going to do the morning meltdown workdown, but it is 100 workouts, and I don't think my life is there right now. Possibly in the summer when I'm home a lot more, but I'm just looking for something that's a little bit shorter, just because I really haven't done workouts like that in about 4 to 5 years, so or not that long, maybe like 3 years, so I'm just going to find a shorter one, and I'm probably going to start it tonight and try to keep track. I haven't been keeping track of, like, my weight and what I eat for the past couple of months due to COVID and stuff, so I'm really going to try to be a little bit more disciplined with that and track my workouts. So I'm going to go put away all my clothes, do that, and then when I come back, I'm probably just going to keep reading Instant Karma, which I am really, really enjoying. But I'm going to go listen to Alexa and Mackie in the podcast, put away some clothes, and probably work out, and then I'll check in with you guys. Bye. Lori here. I'm just checking back in. I did actually wind up finishing my workout, but my workout was altered because my friend called me in the middle of my workout, and we talked for like a good half an hour. If you don't know this about me, I'm incredibly chatty on a telephone. So we talked for quite a bit, and then I wound up reading the next chapter of Instant Karma. So I'm 13% done, which means I have 9 hours and 19 minutes left. Yeah, it specifically tells me, oh, I have 13 minutes left in the chapter, but 9 hours left. I really am liking this. It's quite fun. It's just a fun read. She did fall and like hit her head, and I think that's how the karmic powers come into play, because she had her first instant of karmic powers. So I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna stop watching booktube videos because honestly today was more of a filming day. I'm not gonna film for the rest of the weekend. If I wind up filming, it will be on Monday. But I did film 3 videos today, which is pretty good. So I'm gonna take 40. I'm gonna watch one of my true crime videos as background noise. I've seen it a couple of times, and then I'm probably gonna dive in and keep watching Good Witch because I didn't get to watch it a lot this week, and my goal was to finish watching it before September was over. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it was a goal. So I'm gonna go back to reading Instant Karma, and when I probably end up complete my reading for the evening, I'll update you guys, and I'll give you guys a status update. Bye. Here I'm back. It's 8:18. I did wind up reading about 20% done in Instant Karma. I am really enjoying this book. I love Marissa Meyer's writing. I've always loved it. It's so captivating. I love that it's set in like a small beach town, and I like how she's dealing with like a lot of kids in high school and middle school deal with the inability to work in groups, her caring more about her personal success than the success of a group. I see that a lot as a teacher. So that is something that I really, really like. And I also like that the teacher is kind of challenging her on what her value of perfection is, or what she thinks a perfect project is and what he thinks a perfect project is. There are more elements of the instant karma coming back to inflict people in her life, which I really like. It's quite a long book. Like, according to Goodreads, it's 512 pages. I don't know if that's actually how long it is, but it's actually quite a long contemporary. I think that's probably the longest contemporary book, if it is actually that long, that I've ever read. But I just like the characters. I think it's quite a fun read. I love Jude and Prue's relationship, because that's her twin brother. I think it's great. But I'm actually going to go watch a little bit of The Good Witch because I didn't get to watch all week with all the changes at my job happening. So I'm going to go do that, and then I will update with you. I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning when I do my next, when I wake up. Bye. I'm back. It is Sunday, September 27th. Sorry, the months still sometimes blur together a little bit. But I did want to finishing my Skillshare class, the one that I was following, which with one of the people that I really, really like. I'm going to choose a new one. Basically, Skillshare, I'm just trying to take a bunch of different classes. Some are very, like, this one was very connected to my Instagram and my posting schedule for this business. But the next one is just going to be a little bit more like outside of my box. But I've always contemplated starting my own business or like doing something like that through Etsy. So I just think that that's like an interesting class to take. So that's going to be my next one. I am going to head to yoga, catch up with my yogi friends in the park, which is very exciting. It's much nicer than it was last week. And then when I come back, I think I'm just going to read all day. I think that's what I'm going to do. I kind of need a mental break, and I might craft a little bit tomorrow, but when I come home, I have a lot of YouTube videos to like catch up on. Like they're very, very long too. So if it's still nice, I'll probably sit outside and read, but I do want to make some progress on Instant Karma. When I come back, I'll update you guys on that. Bye. Here, I'm back. It actually got so hot as I was going to yoga. My father did not leave my keys for me, so I had to walk all the way to yoga, which means I didn't get a bike ride in. So I'm probably going to go eat, and then I'm probably going to go for my bike ride and then come back and read at home. But the reason I'm so far behind on the Fandom Buzz podcast is because when they started, they were like, it's a very, very spoiler heavy podcast. And a lot of the stuff they spoil, I don't really watch. So I just, it doesn't really matter. But they were massively spoiling the entire Shadowhunter canon and all of the Keeper of the Lost City series. And I had not finished the books at that point. So that's why I kept waiting. and then I just never picked it up. So I have like 8 more episodes I have to listen to catch up to where they are. But I am really liking Instant Karma. I only read like 2 more chapters, but her powers are becoming a little bit more apparent to her, which I'm really, really enjoying. So I'm gonna go eat, go for my bike ride, come back and update you on how far I read, and then we'll touch base again. Here I'm back. I did wind up going for my bike ride, and I did wind up reading quite a few chapters of Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer. Really thoroughly liking this book. The setting has changed dramatically, but I'm really enjoying it. Prue has decided that in determination to get her science grade back up, she is going to be working with her former lab partner. And her Instant Karma is having some effects I don't think she necessarily predicted. And her power does not work on her lab partner. So now they're going to be working together at an animal sanctuary, like a sea life animal sanctuary. They live in like a coastal beach town. She is not the most likable character, I'll say that. She has a lot of opinions and a lot of thoughts. I think it's really interesting that she got this power and kind of what she does with her power. And you kind of have her relating with her lab partner, and they really don't get along about anything, but she's determined to get a good grade, so now they're going to be working together. I love the animal sanctuary element of like the sea life. My cousin actually does that. That's what she went to college for. She went to school for marine biology, and she did that for a couple of years when she worked here and then when she worked out in Florida. But I just think it's a topic I've never really seen covered in YA contemporaries, and I think it's really a good topic to be talking about in regards to pollution and, you know, dumping waste in seas and that impact it has on sea animals. And I just think it's a really cool concept. I'm really, really quite fond of that. I said this before, I like books that have like a job element or like a competition. So this is definitely that. I do like the subtle magic systems that's being introduced, like the Instant Karma. It's just really, really fun. So I'm going to keep reading, and I'll update you guys when I read a little bit more. Bye. It's about 3:16. I did wind up reading a few more chapters of Instant Karma. I'm now on chapter 30. I think it's chapter 16. I'm like 42% done with it. Still really enjoying it. The one reason I think that love to hate tropes are so fascinating, both in like contemporaries but also like fantasy, is because there's always a reason you guys don't get along. There's always something that makes these characters not ideal friends or not ideal characters. But I love when these characters like challenge each other in a lot of different ways. So that's what I'm seeing a lot between Quentin and Prue, because they're really challenging each other. And I like how the Instant Karma magic is kind of in the background. I love the setting on the animal rescue, like the sea animal rescue. And I like how they're both kind of coming at it from like 2 different points. Prue is not a perfect character. She does have a lot of flaws. Some of her opinions are a little bit closed-minded, but I do like that they're kind of working together now, and I always enjoy that. But yeah, I'm gonna let my Kindle charge. My Kindle charging is not always the best, so I always kind of take a break. I'm gonna go look at. Someone recommended me another like at-home workout, so I'm gonna go try that and see if I like that better than Beachbody. I paid Beachbody for the year, but I feel like I'm not quite ready to do Beachbody yet, so I'm gonna go look at this new one. Maybe do a quick workout, and then I'm probably going to eat, and then I'll probably come back to Instagram because I'm really, really enjoying it. I think I'm going to actually end this reading vlog tonight and start tomorrow new, because I normally do it in a week. This week was not my best filming week. Just a lot of work stuff happened. I'm hopeful next week will be a little bit better, but I'll definitely have more week content for you guys because I have off tomorrow. So I'm going to go do all my little errands, go eat, and then I'll come back when I read a little bit more of Instant Karma. Right, here I'm back. It's almost 5:30. I did wind up getting up to chapter 20 in Instant Karma chapter 23. Sorry. And I'm like 48% done with the E arc. I'm really enjoying this book. The one thing I really like about Prue as a character is the background of the magic stuff, like the instant karma she can inflict on people, has an element to this book, but it's definitely not the main focus, and it happens subtly throughout the book. So I feel like that part of the book is definitely important, but I really do like that Prue as a character is really changing throughout the book, and she's kind of becoming more conscious of things in her life, like her parents' business, the environment that she lives in, the beach that she lives in, and she's just kind of becoming more aware of things, and I think that there was definitely a time in my life that I became aware of a lot of things. It definitely changed my outlook on a lot of things, and I feel like that's what she's going through, like the food she eats. Like, should she be supporting businesses that have bad business practices? So there's a lot happening to her, and I do really like the relationship that is developing between Prue and Quint, because at the first half of the book they really could not stand each other, but now I think they're moving into like friendship territory, and I always like romances that have a friendship component, because I tend to struggle a little bit with like insta love, or like books that like go immediately from not knowing someone to really, really liking them, because I just don't find it super realistic, I'll be honest. But I think Marissa Meyer does that super well. I recently finished her Lunar Chronicle series, and again, I find that series to be very similar to this, but I really like Prue as a character. I think it's a great contemporary read with like a magic twist. Um, but yeah, I think I'm going to take a little bit of a mental break, go take a shower, do all the things. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm just gonna keep reading. I have a lot of booktube videos to watch. Tomorrow I am off. But yeah, so I'm gonna read a little bit more, and then I will update you guys when I'm like about 55% done, because right now I'm almost 50% done. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Right here, I'm back. It's about 6:30, and this is probably gonna be my last update for the evening, and then the next time I come up, I'm probably gonna wrap up this reading vlog. But I am really liking this book. Prue is a control freak, and I am a control freak in many aspects of my life, and there comes a point in your life when you realize that being a control freak is not the best for your career or your life. That's where Prue is right now. So I find it interesting that she's really realizing that being a control freak is sometimes detrimental to everything she's trying to do. But guys, the sea elements and the sea creatures in this book, and like the job elements, and trying to raise money for the center, and trying to have a good business plan, are some of my chef's kiss for books. Like, I love when characters have to solve a problem. I love when there's a struggling business. Not all the books I read do the business turn out okay. So I've read some where like the businesses have closed down, or it's been like the last summer of a business, but I always like a happy element to it. But I really do love the animal side of things. I think in a society currently where like climate change is a big issue, and pollution, and endangered species, and water life is really important. I really like what this book is doing, but I am loving the dynamics between oh my god, what's between Quint and Prue. Really, really enjoying it. I think it's definitely like I'm really loving Marissa Meyer's writing style. The magic elements have expanded a little bit in this book, but again, it's not the focus. But I do like where it's going. I think that that's a really interesting concept for this. Like, I think it's just such a cool concept, and how it's kind of integrating everything. It definitely is a summer novel. It's set like in a beach town in California. But guys, the highlight of this book is definitely the sea creatures and the business and the protecting the sea creatures so much. Really, really enjoying it. So the next time you see me, I'll be wrapping up this reading vlog and start my next one. So talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. Lori here. I'm actually here to wrap up this reading vlog. So I am still reading Instant Karma. I did wind up getting up to like 60% done in the e-arc. I don't know how many pages I read because it's an e-arc, but I'm still really, really liking that book. I think it's such a fun concept, and I'm really liking the setting and the characters. But to start the week off, I did wind up completing listening to Wire and Nerves Volume 2, which I loved. I thought that was such a fun graphic novel series, also by Marissa Meyer, and I'm so happy I wound up picking that up. I recently finished reading the Lunar Chronicle series, and was happy that it's actually a more fleshed out conclusion to that series. You do get like a somewhat of a conclusion in one of the stories in the anthology, but that really did flesh out the world. And then the other book I wound up reading this week was Diamond City by Francesca Flores. I struggled with this one a little bit. I really like the characters. I thought the world building was fun, but I struggled with the pacing a little bit. But the characters were the highlight of this read for me. I haven't done my Goodreads review yet. I'll probably wind up doing that tomorrow. And then I did wind up finishing my 2 audiobooks that I started this month. The first one was Escaping from Houdini by Carrie Metasalco. I wound up really enjoying. That's the 3rd book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. I'll be able to read the 4th and final book in that series next month at some point. And then I also did finishing reading So You Want to Talk About Race, which I thought was an immensely powerful nonfiction read that I'm reading to kind of enhance my own non-racist anti-racist education. And then I started Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer. But yeah, this was a little bit of a weird week. It was very bizarre this week work-wise. I had a lot of train issues. My train commute changed dramatically at the start of the week. I had some other, I got my hair dyed, and there was a bunch of days that just, didn't really work. And the school stuff keeps changing. But I'm hopeful that next week will be a little bit more clarity. I hope. But we will see. But I'm going to go start my next reading vlog for you guys and schedule this one. And let me know in the comments what are some books you're reading. Definitely my favorite one in this reading vlog was probably Wires and Nerves Volume 2. And Instant Karma is another one that I'm really, really enjoying. So, talk to you guys for my next reading vlog. Bye, guys.